Yeah, come on!
Welcome to the Come On Show with Southside Steve.
Yeah, come on, right here from the Exit Wealth Studios in lovely Alpharetta, where we also have studios in Buckhead. It is a pleasure to talk to you, and we're going to discuss the color orange. All things orange. We're under an umbrella today. This will be a show that we do for Hooters. And of course, our buddies at Smalls Sliders fall under the same umbrella right there off of Windy Hill in Marietta. Now, before we get into it, my co-host Jeff Cole, we started talking about it. I did get a message from Hooters that we may be handing out some World Cup tickets. And of course, sports is brought to you on this show by Regal Nissan, as well as North Atlanta Golf Carts. And the good news is they get good tickets. And this is the location right there up at the Mall of Georgia.
The Mall of Georgia.
Mm-hmm. So people are hearing things about Hooters. Businesses file Chapter 11. They file Chapter 13. People buy them. They mismanage them. Things happen. Hooters, the way it started, thanks to the Brooks family, that's the way it should have stayed. I think Hooters got a little modern. Your thoughts?
Yeah, they got a little modern. They got away from the original thing. Plus, the times had changed. That we with the whole woke era. I think we're coming out of the woke era, and so Hooters is poised to have a bit of a comeback. Personal opinion.
Personal opinion, I agree with you. So we see what that comeback looks like. But Hooters is like family to me. And we started discussing this message that I got, and we realized, and I knew this already, we met at a Hooters.
Yeah, well, this is kind of how all of this started, if you really go back. So we're going to kind of backtrack to the very beginning of when I first met you,
okay,
which has to do with Hooters.
Yes.
All the way through our radio, when we got Pat Match together on Fox FM to do the Southside Ride, to present day, how it all kind of has an orange umbrella.
So we're going with an orange umbrella, and who better yet to start this off for us before we get into it? Why don't we just because we love Small Sliders, we're going to be a part of Small Sliders forever, but I do not think Small Sliders and Hooters compete.
No, they're not compete, no.
And they're not near each other.
But although I will say the Small Sliders are just as good as any burger or slider you get at any restaurant like Hooters.
Well, the good news,
it's fast food.
It's fast food. You're right. You look at any brick and mortar or fine dining experience or restaurant or hotel chain, anybody that's putting out sliders, they're always expensive. They're always a cut above. It's still going to cost you $15 to $18 for 3 sliders brought out to you on a really nice plate. The sliders at Smalls are a third of that, and they taste the same, if not better. So right now, you hold the one you're with. I look back in time to discuss everything Hooters. Stay with us if you're a Hooters fan, because guess what? It's still happening. They're still around, and it's going back to the way it used to be. Until then, here's a little taste of Small Sliders.
Hey, this is Southside Steve, and I'm in Marietta at Small Sliders. Small Sliders off Windy Hill just before Cobb Parkway, and we're going to show you today that Small Sliders is for everybody. Hey man, how's it going?
Good. Thank you for sliding through. Can I get a name for your order?
Slide through, dude. That's very cool. Yeah, I'm actually got a golf game, and I thought this would be perfect.
Oh yeah.
Just to grab something. Let me get your number 2.
Would that be all for you?
Yeah, that'll do it, man.
All right. Thank you for sliding through. They'll be ready for you right there.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. What's going on?
Thanks for sliding through. Can I get a good name for your order?
Yeah, come on. Put stud.
All right, stud.
A little tailgate going on at the house.
Who's playing?
Falcons. Woo! Come on.
All right, what can I get for you today?
Let me get, because it's going to be a bunch. Do you have one of those boxes we can use?
A party pack?
Yeah.
A party pack comes with 25.
25. Let's do 25 sliders. I got a lot of people coming over. And I don't need any drinks. We got beer. How you doing?
Good, and you? Thanks for sliding through.
Thought I'd get something to eat. It's always good to eat first. That way you can drink more.
Yeah. Can I get a name for the order?
Steven.
All right, Steven. What can I get for you?
Well, I'll tell you what you can get for me, first off, I like what I see. And I mean that as far as sliders. Let's go ahead and go with the number 3 combo. I'm a little hungry.
Will that be all for you?
Yeah, that's it.
All
That's
right.
it. I don't know what you're doing tonight, but come to town. We'll be in Atlanta and Buckhead for one party.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, I'll tell you what, here's my card. Anytime you're available, I'm always available. Thanks
you.
for the small sliders.
Thank you.
Who were those crazy guys? No matter what, we all have one thing in common, and that's small sliders. We love them. Right here off Windy Hill, just before Cobb Parkway in Marietta, Georgia. Yeah, come on.
All right, Small Sliders opening up locations now monthly. Our next location, grand opening, will be in Ackworth, Georgia. And then they're going deep, deep, deep to the south side where you and I used to broadcast on Fox FM. They will be headed down to Macon, Warner Robins area. And we go where Small Sliders go. But the orange umbrella that we're speaking of, and I told Smalls that, I said, man, all the years, 19, 20 years solid with Hooters. It was an incredible experience. I was brought into the family. I was friends with Kobe Brooks, and I met incredible people like Noella, who reached out to me, and I worked with her husband in country radio, but their headquarters was here. Now Small's headquarters is here, and I seem to be glued to the color orange. And if I can work with both of these franchises and help them, it's worthy, because the experience at Hooters is incredible. Smalls, it's about the drive-through. You can hang out if you want. There is a green space, but it's outdoor. It's about the drive-through. So it's two different experiences. Do you want to sit down and have beers and be entertained and see beautiful girls be nice to you? Or do you want to go to Smalls and get just an incredible burger that you should be sitting down in a restaurant eating, but you're getting it in a drive-through? So now I go to Jeff Cole, because in talking about this morning, we're making this a show of Hooters. We've got a lot of audio. We've got a lot of stuff we can do. But this is where we met when I had just started in radio full-time on Christopher Root and the Wake Up Crew.
Yeah, I got a clip. I pulled a clip, which I don't think we've listened to since. But this is our first day on Fox FM in May 11th. I actually have the date here. May 11th, 2023. So 3 years ago was when we first started working together. Now, we had met before because we both worked at 96 Rock for several years, but never worked together.
No.
But prior to me working at 96 Rock, I met you at a Hooters because you were starting to produce the Wake Up Crew with Christopher Root.
Yeah.
You were becoming a personality, but you were also getting out there doing promotions.
I was, because I'd done direct sales and worked in the airlines. That's where Yeah Come On comes from. And the direct sales made me comfortable being in front of people because I was doing a presentation in homes. It just keyed in on everything. And then they realized I had a knack for promotions. And then the next thing you know, they're sending me out. And you're right, Hooters was one of the first ones. And I remember it was in Gwinnett Hooters. And it was a talent show.
Yeah, that was it was some sort of talent show.
And I emceed it, and you came in as a comedian.
And I can remember you were wearing, this is my compulsive memory.
What?
You were wearing one of those, because I hate these shirts.
Oh.
You were wearing like a denim long sleeve shirt with a 96 Rock. It was like a denim shirt.
That was our uniform back then.
Yeah, I hate those shirts. Very Jay Leno like.
Yeah, we had blue denim, black denim. And you could wear them, you could mix the pants, whatever you wanted, but that's what they gave us: a denim jacket, a denim long sleeve, blue and black.
Yeah. So here it is. This is us talking about that meeting on our first day on the South Side Ride on Fox FM 3 years ago. All right. So we can pause and comment too if you want to go through, because we have not listened to this since this aired.
This is the first time we ever worked together in the studio.
Yep.
All right.
So I'm trying to do stand-up comedy. Somehow they had a I don't know if it was a 96 Rock thing, but it was a Hooters 96 Rock maybe promotion, and it was like a talent show at a Hooters.
Okay.
And it was like a variety show, and you were there hosting it.
Dude, I did so much with Hooters. I did everything Hooters did for like 19.
Do we sound younger?
Yes.
It's only 3 years ago.
Why does it always sound that? Is our voice? I mean, I'm literally going to not talk for 3 days so I get my young voice back, because between Little League Baseball and yelling and just talking loud and not yelling at my kids, but like, Brooks, Parker, I do that 20 times a day because they wear headsets if they're on their computers or they're way out in the yard or something. But you're right. We sound young.
And a lot of times when people play old radio, they're playing tapes,
Yes.
which can be played faster. This is all digital, so nothing's kind of sped up here. This is how we sounded 3 years ago. But anyway, here we go.
Years of my career, including every bikini contest and 7 internationals.
Oh, so you must remember Taxi Haskell.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember? Yeah. He's a buddy of mine.
Taxi was doing it before me.
Yeah.
And then he and I shared it one year, the first year I did it, and then they got rid of Taxi and I did it.
Yeah. That's as you graduated into being a radio star.
Yeah, because the first time I was just the producer of the Christopher Rude and the Wake Up Crew. I had airtime, but I wasn't Southside Steve yet.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
So,
Okay.
so you're there doing the promotions thing, hosting it, and it was like a variety show. And I tried to do stand-up comedy in the middle of Hooters, like at like 6 in the afternoon, 7 in the evening, something like
You're
that.
not the first to do that. I'm sure some drunks have done that.
It didn't work, but I did show you. This is what I looked like back then.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I don't have the visual.
Now
So
look
you
at that.
long haired.
It was I had long hair.
Yeah.
I was doing stand up as like long hair, beard.
The beard threw me, but the long hair I thought was cool because at the time I had long hair because before getting into radio, I was having to do what I needed to do. I was on Georgia State Radio like you, but I was a bartender. So I'm like, well, I can grow my hair long now. And so we both had long hair.
Hippie.
Look, long hair and a goatee.
Yeah.
Who does that look like?
Me. Me.
That's right. That's right. I could potentially be the godfather of the Southside Steve look.
You could, and you went by the name Scroll.
I did. When I was doing stand-up, yeah, I thought it'd be kind of a catchy name. It was actually my nickname that someone gave me, and I used it. So
I love it. All right, if you ever piss me off, I'm going to call you Scroll.
Yeah, stop for a second. I got to tell you, as a comedian, that is a horrible name. I'm just saying that present day Scroll.
In my friend group back then, people called me that. Like,
why?
Hearing the name Jeff, just because it just kind of stuck with my friend group back then. And
Were you
people
a writer?
No. It rhymes with Cole. It evolved from my last name, Cole.
All right.
And it just stuck. And then all of a sudden, for years, that was my name. And it would, like, I would meet women, and I'd be, yeah, my name's Scroll.
Oh my God!
So
That will not get you
maybe-
laid.
maybe
You're
it's
not
not-
going to get laid doing that.
maybe it's not all Dr. Fauci's fault.
No, it's not. Go
Maybe
ahead.
it was my name, Scroll.
Damn.
Awesome, dude. And you know the one thing about this, you still have the longer sideburns.
I do. I've always had the
That's
long
your look.
sideburns.
That's
Yeah.
your thing.
I dropped the goatee though.
You did, and I kept it. And if I didn't, right now there's a little bit of gray. Why? Because I've been out of work. But I color my hair, but I never color the goatee just because I think that looks weird and fake, but the hair doesn't. And everybody's like, well, why don't you just shave it? And my wife likes it. Otherwise, I would.
She doesn't mind like brushing up against it. Doesn't irritate her skin. Because
Yeah,
I've had women tell me when I had a goatee or like the stubble hurts.
Well, I don't think I've kissed her in like 4 years. We have kids. So I don't know whether I'm
Wait, that means it's 7 now. Does that mean it's 7 years now?
Yeah, it's 7 years, and it was a little bit gray 2.5 years ago. Now that my kids are, I've got one 5, about to turn 6 in one day.
Well,
Parker's birthday is tomorrow. He'll be 6, and then Brooks is 9, just turned 9. I think I've gotten grayer, and I've been kissed less.
Well, I think that kind of sums up our first meeting, and then
Okay.
of course 6 years from then, you guys, the regular guys were looking for a producer, and I knew that the word was on the street, and I was like, so I went and hit you up at American Pie. You doing another gig? I'm like, hey man, remember me? I was a comedian, and I met you at the Hooters in 1995.
There you go.
You were like, I don't know who you are. But you were very nice. You're like, yeah, well, here, call this guy, and he'll let you come up and watch the show one day. You can meet some people.
Thank
And
God.
And then it worked. I ended up coming into the building, met some people, and then interviewed for a job later on.
Yes.
So you kind of got me in the door at 96 Rock and Clear Channel, and then we worked together for several years after that. Not together, but in the same building.
In the same building, yeah. And I would see you in the hall, and I'm like, all right. I do forget, but I try to always be nice to people. I don't think I've ever been curt or mean. You got to be a big jerk for me to snap at you.
No, I've seen it even now. Mm-hmm. When we were at the Rock and Taco 2 weeks ago, someone will come up and hey, I remember that I met you at this thing, and you usually remember.
I do.
The one, and then even at Smalls, when we were at Smalls doing the commercial,
Yeah.
the lady came up that you married. on the Regular Guy show. You were the officiator.
I did. I officiated her wedding. I forget all the ththings I do. I do, and I'm like, oh God, yeah, I do recognize you. But I did that in literally 16 or 17. No, it's good to run into people. It's tough because I can remember if you remind me, but Hooters is a huge part of my career. Huge
Well,
part.
that's got to be
and
why
the biggest stages I've been on, for sure.
doing the national bikini contest.
Yeah, that's great exposure. Anytime you're a radio guy and you're getting on an airplane to travel somewhere to do a job, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. I did the same thing for TNT, and then I've, of course, done a lot of big things at the Georgia Dome, Mercedes-Benz, getting in front of people. You're up on the Jumbotron. Those are great moments, but Hooters is huge. So the reason we're even bringing all this up is we got a call from, or I got a message from Noella. Hooters has got 4 locations in Georgia now, and they're trying to reinvent themselves. The group that took them over from the Brooks family, to me, just didn't do the job. And, that's about as negative as I want to get about it. But now they're like, hey, we've got some great World Cup tickets. We've got a great location, and they want us up there. So, I'm more than available. I want to do it for so many reasons. But Mall of Georgia, we should have some World Cup tickets. And I'm kind of talking out of school because I haven't even talked with Noella yet.
Yeah. Well, and that's why she probably reached out to you, is because you are associated very much so with Hooters in Atlanta. And I've got to say, to me, that is your strongest skill set, is the live performance, talking to a crowd live on stage. That's really where you shine. As good as you are on the radio or as a personality and Southside Steve and the radio stunt guy and whatever, when you are doing stuff on stage, even as, like I said, Rockin' Taco 2 weeks ago, introducing bands, engaging a crowd,
right,
that's where you shine. That's your skill set. So this is why I'm sure she's reached out to you and would love to have you, give away stuff at the Hooters.
Dude, that's a huge compliment. I'm looking right now, speaking of the old days, for people that remember 96 Rock or anything else. If you follow me on TikTok, I just went and posted up. Do you remember running out of gas on, we called it the 28500? Usually did it around NASCAR time, giving away NASCAR tickets to Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is now Echo Park Speedway. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I put up the vehicles, and it says Peppy on board, because there was the whole lie about throwing Peppy out the window when I was an 18-year-old, my grandmother's poodle. I didn't do it. I just said that I did to get airtime, and it was a shocking story that stuck.
It stuck.
Now, that was one of the most of what I say on the air is 100% true. But, yeah, you look at those days and doing those stunts, and Hooters, there's not one I didn't work at. I even went down to the one in Savannah, the one in Macon. And we would do the bikini contest, but then I would also give away in football season. We did tickets. Do you know the craziest stunt I did at Hooters? I came up with this idea because you're always trying to think of something. I cleared out a whole area in Hooters with tables, not where they're the booths. It depends on the location. And I taped off a football field. And then I put X's where the stools, in other words, if you put a stool there. So I had like 9 stools. And under each one, I put an X under each leg so they could be put right back where they are. I gave them a football helmet that I had, gave them that baseball bat where you spin them 10 times.
Get dizzy.
And then I handed them the football, and I went, hut, hut. And they had to run, and the quickest time to the end zone without hitting a stool won the tickets. Mm-hmm. Usually it was Falcon tickets. And I had some people wipe out, or some people get around 3 stools and then hit the 4th one. And it was hilarious.
Well,
how somebody didn't break a bone, and the fact they let me do that. But I look back at some of the crazy stuff we did there. And musical stools was a fun one.
Yeah. Well, I hope we get to do some crazy ones at the Mall of Georgia Hooters for these World Cup tickets.
Well, we're here to help, not hurt their business. They don't need lawsuits. I broke my arm because that old radio guy that's got a podcast had me playing musical chairs, and I broke my arm. No, I don't want that happening. But that is a blast from the past, and we're hoping to go to work for Hooters. And sports we're going to get into, and right now that's brought to you by North Atlanta Golf Carts. And trust me, if you live in a neighborhood that allows them, it's one way to get around. And obviously, if you're in a gated community, gated. Or if you're a good old boy, man, they got the ATVs too. But we're talking about 2 locations, Buford, Brazelton. Ask for Craig Riddle. Ask for the Yeah Come On deal. get $500 off just a used golf cart.
Hey, this is Southside Steve at North Atlanta Golf Carts right here in Brazelton and Dawsonville, whichever one's closer to you. And I'm sitting in a Donago right now. This is a family 6-seater, sound, everything, all the bells and whistles. $12,999, and you start it with a key. No, a card. Yeah, come on. I forgot to tell you, it's got a rear backup camera. Awesome. Donago, North Atlanta Golf Carts.
Yeah, come on. All right, sports is kind of simple. If you were watching the World Cup, which I think everybody's watching, no offense to baseball, NBA's over.
Is it? Or is the Final Four about to start?
No. Jeff thinks that the NBA never ever stops. That it goes year round.
Yeah.
I will tell you, it's not year round, but it's damn close to year round. Did you watch any of the World Cup action yesterday? Because obviously we've played now in Atlanta, and we're one of I think there's 12 cities. We do get 8 games, and we get a semifinal. So we get the 32 final, then we get the Sweet 16, and then we get the final, which decides who will play in the World Cup, and that will be in New York, New Jersey.
No, I really don't have any interest in it other than it being in Atlanta and kind of making Atlanta shine for a few weeks here. So that's about it. The only soccer memory I can think of is that time Brandy Chastain kicked the goal, and that was a big deal. Was that World Cup?
Shirts off, baby.
Yeah,
she's like, whoa.
Yeah. That's really my only association with soccer. That was Olympic, right? That wasn't World Cup.
That was Olympics.
Okay.
And I was there.
Oh, really?
No, they were doing them in Athens, and I had tickets just because I was working for 96 Rock, and we were broadcasting in 96. I did the torch run. We broadcast from the fire escape. I was there when the bomb went off in Centennial with a Tequila Girl rep, and we're walking towards the stage because she wanted to get up close. It goes off. I keep walking. She goes, "What are you doing?" I saw the entire explosion with these eyes about 350, 400 yards away. And I'm like, it's just bad pyrotechnics, I'm guessing. Next thing you know, people are running past us. And then you see SWAT guys come in. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then the rest is history. But yeah, being around the Olympics, I got tickets. So of course, I want to see the soccer. And I got to tell you, watching women's soccer is more fun for me than men's, because men dabble with it and mess around with it. Girls, man, they play it old school. They're just going for the goal. They're really good at their passing, and it's just more fun. But nothing's more fun than watching Messi score a hat trick yesterday. It's only been done a few times in World Cup history. They pulled him out of the game early because Argentina was up. And I'm like, leave the dude in, because nobody, as far as I know, has ever scored 4 goals in a game. But they pulled him. Now the big game today, if you want to watch, I'm looking at the schedule, Portugal, because that is another great soccer player you might want to watch. And that game is at, 11 o'clock. And let me see if you know your soccer guy. Do you know who Ronaldo is?
No, I know David Beckham and Brandy Chastain. That's about it.
Jeff will now be removed.
And Pele.
And Pele. I'm taking Jeff out of sports, but keep in mind it was brought to you by North Atlanta Golf Courts and Regal Nissan. Skipper, the service manager, our sports guy on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but today's hump day, you got me.
So you brought your Foreigner CD in because we're having Foreigner Week for Track 13.
Feel free to show it. Look at
their
that.
40th anniversary.
For those of
greatest
you
hits.
Young people, this is a CD. It opens up like an album. You can talk to your grandparents or your parents about it. This is what we used to play in cars that no longer, I think we're correct, cars don't put.
Mine is a 22 and has no CD player. Yeah,
wow.
So I don't think they do anymore.
I got a fully loaded 2017. I always say, but I bought it in 18 because it was on the lot and it had 2 miles on it. I go, what's up with that one? There was no difference in them, but I have a CD player, and because I ran across this Foreigner CD, I have now popped the cherry on the old diesel truck and played this. And my truck's loud, but man, I've been enjoying 40 songs from Foreigner. So we decided track 13, we play the deep cuts off of this CD. And I can promise you the songs we're playing, Jeff, Rock 100.5, nor The River right now, or 96 Rock have ever played any of these songs on the radio.
Okay, what do you? Well, give me one. Let's do it.
All right. I like Heart Turns to, now, hold on. We're going a little ballady, but this is where my mindset is
Okay.
right now, okay? So there's two songs I want to throw out at you. Break It Up is a great song. If we want to break it up, break it up.
Interesting. I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, and then there's Heart Turns to Stone, which is excellent. We're going to go cut 1, CD 2, Heart Turns to Stone.
Okay, there you go. Foreigner, in celebration of Steve finding this CD and playing it in his truck for the first time.
Should I send this out to my wife? I'm kidding. I'm in a little trouble today.
What is it? Turn Heart to Stone?
Heart Turns to Stone.
All right, it is Foreigner, Heart Turns to Stone. You can listen to the song, watch the video, link in the description. Track 13, Foreigner on the Yeah Come On Show.